where dreams collide. Sarah's voice, a gentle guide through the realms of time and space. She takes us to a sacred place.
Doubling this deep relaxation. Now the deepest levels of your mind are opening up and you can know everything. Now through these deeper levels of your mind, can I please speak directly to your higher self? Do I have permission to speak with your higher self?
Yes.
I'd first like to know more about the 3-eye atlas. Could you tell me more about it? Because it is getting closer to us. What do we as people need to understand about it now that it's coming closer?
It is a resonance matching. It is drawing closer to us as we vibrationally rise to connect with it. The collective is becoming more aware of this. They are becoming more aware that it is not what it is being said it is. The curiosity, combined with those who know, have increased. That vibrational increase is what is drawing it closer.
I see. Okay. So how can we maximize this experience as humans? Are there any particular things we could do while this is happening for us?
Staying open-minded and curious. This is the pathway to allowing it to enter into your field. Relay the codes that are relaying. There are multiple tiers of codes based on everyone's vibrational agreement. Not everyone is receiving the same information from it. This is by design.
So if you wanted to maximize your experience, then you would have to stay open. Is that what you need to do?
Keeping the intent open will keep your field open. Your field is what is collecting the information, absorbing it into your body only when your body is ready.
And you said before to go into the sun to maximize this experience. Is there anything else about that, or could you just do this meditating, or what is the best way to connect?
Meditation is always available. Meditating and placing your consciousness either with the 3-eye atlas or the sun. Currently, this is one and the same. The solar codes being distributed were programmed through the 3-eye atlas. Connecting to it allows you to absorb this information. This is shifting us on a biophotonic level.
And you said there are different types of codes that people will experience. Can you tell me about the 2 different types?
There are many types. The 3-eye atlas has a different purpose for each timeline it is serving. Not all timelines are the same. The timeline is determining which codes are needed, as well as the individuals based in each timeline on a soul level agreement. This is helping to accelerate things that may have been stuck.
I see. And is there a way you could connect with it right now? Could you connect with it now and communicate with it?
Yes.
Can you tell me more about what your intention is and who are you?
We are many. We have many soul agreements with all of you because you are us. The 12 families who arrived here, originally, you could say that there are more than 12 star kin who are the families who are overseeing this now. All of the intentions vary based on each agreement. There is no overstepping free will right now. Everything has been predetermined and pre-agreed upon. It is appearing now because the vibrational shift is ready. We are assisting those who are ready to connect and receive. For those who are not ready to receive, it still enters their field and will remain with them until they are ready to receive. No one is going without.
And what exactly is entering our field?
Frequency that carries codes. Codes assist in the reprogramming and shifting. This can be in your mindset, what you are aware of. It is also happening at a cellular and DNA level. The biophotonic aspect of each of the solar codes are helping to expand light within bodies to remove stuck energy and allowing it to surface. Many of the waves of turbulence that are surfacing now in individual lives are being assisted by this. This is helping things to move, to progress forward. The reason why you are sensing an increase in speed. The 3i Atlas is playing a very large role in that. It is helping everyone move to where they need to be located for the next phase. This is moving at a rapid pace because soul agreements are asking for it to be increased. This is not the only source of the increase. There is a convergence of time awareness also breaking, allowing many to see multiple timelines at once and become confused. Not all things you are seeing are part of your own timeline. The illusion that more is happening is just the surfacing of seeing many timelines at once. We are here to assist with timeline rethreading. This also includes DNA rethreading. It is one and the same. For some of you, you are accepting the codes that are reprogramming your DNA to allow you to reconnect with your star families more directly. This is why guides are becoming more clear. Connections with your higher self or your oversoul stream are becoming more clear channels for you. Others who are resisting are still receiving this information within their field. They will be able to expand at their own pace within the law of one and their free will.
And you said there were 12 families, or there were 12. Could you explain who they are, and do they have names to them by any chance?
Many of the families have overlapped, expanded over time into subspecies. Many of the species that you are familiar with are part of these 12 families, but are not clean in how it is separated. There is overlap because of archetypes. Within this, you will find groups that you are familiar with. Pleiadians are the closest within our star kin family. Lyrans, Sirians, beings of light aurora. Many of them exist. They are not separated from ones that have been associated with other purposes or other agendas. Draconian also exists. Reptilian also exists. They are all represented, but they are connected with each of the timelines in which they are associated with. 3i Atlas has many purposes, and depending on which timeline you are in, you are receiving and interacting with different species.
Okay, because some people worry that a few remote viewers saw Draco reptilians on 3i Atlas on your ship, and that they were planning on possibly taking star seeds. Is this true or not true?
This is somewhat true. The three-dimensional overlay does still exist. Reptilian draconians, some gray and insectoid races have joined forces. They are interested in entrapping starseeds. Starseeds are leaving their grid system, and they are creating an overlay to try and stunt that from happening. This does not exist across all timelines. This only exists between the third to fourth dimension right now. Those who are connecting can shift out of that through their frequency.
How would a starseed be located in a lower third and fourth dimension?
They are located through their light. They have an openness that is easy to detect, but if they vibrate in a sense of fear or lower emotion, they can temporarily still visit the third to fourth dimension. If they are located there and are connecting to 3i Atlas from a lower frequency, at that moment in time, they will see different connections as to who is connected to 3i Atlas.
So I guess it would be important to connect with 3i Atlas with no fear, but couldn't you just connect with 3i Atlas and ask for protection?
Yes. Asking self for protection would be the best method.
Would that work?
Yes.
What kind of protection do you need to ask for it to fully work?
Asking your field to protect yourself as a sovereign being. Imagining a white light, golden and white, streaming through the top of your head, filling your field. As it becomes completely sealed in light, a blue iridescent series of diamonds then encode the entire outside shell of your field. This is your shield. You can activate it anytime you would like.
Okay, but then, so is it beneficial for everyone to connect with a 3i Atlas, or is it really not? I guess it just depends on what frequency you're in, but also if you are connecting with it out of love and not fear. Is that correct?
Many are connecting to it out of curiosity and are not aware of their current frequency when connecting with it. This is delivering a variation of results as to what people are experiencing. All are true.
I see. Okay. So when you connect out of curiosity, what happens?
If you connect out of curiosity, you will see whatever you are currently tuned into. This is your reality. Our realities have now separated. We are only seeing what exists within our own reality, within our own timeline. Based on soul agreements, you will have different beings who appear, much like your spirit guides. Those who have made agreements to be a part of it, keeping in mind that you exist across multiple timelines at once. Where you place your observation through your frequency is what determines which timeline you are seeing the 3i Atlas from. You will have different agreements in place for each timeline, although there are some threads that have commonalities across all based on your star genetic makeup.
Okay, interesting. Okay. So, just out of curiosity, would it be beneficial for someone like me to share information about this, or would that create fear?
From the place of your intent, you will not create fear if you are not fearful. People will hear your frequency above your words. If you are standing in your own source, direct light, whatever your message is, it will resonate with those who are needing to hear it without causing fear.
Well, these remote viewers, then, what they saw was coming from their frequency. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay, so could you just use myself as an example? What is the truth for my frequency? Like, what is the 3i Atlas's role in my frequency?
This is determined only at this point right now. Your current frequency is resonating between 5th to 6th dimension. You have had access recently to the 7th, which will give you a different view. Within yours, you have a connection primarily to Lemuria and Atlantean information that is flowing through. This is something you have requested. Consciously or subconsciously, you have made an agreement that your use, personal use of 3i Atlas would help you return the memories of your lifetimes, why you came here, and what is your role in this cycle. You are assisting others through the transition. Your connection was made for the sake of holding a bridge for others to cross. There are aspects of your timeline that is being held up.
Why?
You are at a crossroads, a truth anchoring phase in your life. Your discernment is starting to reevaluate connections based on where you want to be versus loyalty.
That's true.
The areas where you are feeling a pull towards loyalty are currently anchoring you to lower timelines. This is not your timeline.
Interesting. Okay. So really everyone is reacting or receiving different things according to their frequency and their timeline when it comes to the 3i Atlas.
Correct. This is intentional. This is part of the new path forward. This is the first major step in the direction in which we are heading, where we will come to realize that as sovereign beings, we truly control every aspect of our own reality. This is a preview of what that looks like.
Well, if I share positive information about the Three Eye Atlas and I share about, connecting with it, is that beneficial to people or is that not?
It is beneficial. You are helping to familiarize information that people have surfacing in their own minds, that maybe this is something more than what we are being told it is. You are offering a safe space for others to start to question. Even if the information that you bring forward may be a perspective of one reality and time, the seed is planted in others then, a stirring, an interest for them to connect directly themselves. When they do this, they will have their own perception of what it is, which is also accurate.
Okay, so it's really, sorry, did I interrupt you? Go ahead.
All perceptions are accurate right now. That's the one thing to keep in mind. Is that what everyone is receiving is true. We are beyond that false light. The public is struggling with the new sense of reality. It's not all things that they are seeing are things that they like. It is causing great discomfort. This is part of the process.
What should we do about this? Like when we see things we don't like and then we feel like we're not in a very good timeline if we're seeing these things, right?
Great discomfort causes change. It is meant to awaken. This is part of the awakening process. The stirring that it causes within will drive a shift. People will need to determine if they are more comfortable with the discomfort of what it is, or if they are willing to move into what they don't know. Our paths forward are no longer defined. We are stepping into our own godlike powers. We are being asked to step out of something that has been predetermined by ourselves and others, and step into a new path where we are the creators.
Okay, so this Three Eye Atlas is really coming because we are calling it, I guess you were saying, basically, and it is us. Can you tell me how the beings on it are us and how, if they are us, then why would they want to take star seeds?
I'll take you back to a time where, in your timeline, many were being abducted by those called Greys of varying races. Those were predetermined agreements from a soul level, part of the family, which reincarnated here, that then agreed to assist with the hybridization for the sake of survival. All souls that exist on this earth have had a star origin. Many have many star origins, or agreements in place with other star lineages that may not be directly braided within their DNA. Right now, the Three Eye Atlas is assisting us, those who are ready to rebraid our DNA, to reconnect with our soul families. Soul families are made up of many star races.
Okay. Okay. So it's basically assisting us on many different levels. And one of the levels is so that we can actually realize that we are the ones creating our reality, because people will see that how they approach the Three Eye Atlas is correct in whatever way they choose. And so this is an experience to really teach us that we are the creators, I guess you were saying, and that it will help accelerate this type of understanding and move things along so things will not be stuck anymore. Is that correct?
That is all correct.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else I missed? Is there anything else important about the Three Eye Atlas that you would like to say?
Regarding the star seeds. The star seeds that are not aware of their current frequency when connecting can get entangled within the third to fourth. There is an intent within the third to fourth to not lose those who are feeding the grid. Their energy is being sourced for the grid of some others.
Can you tell me more about this?
Star seeds are sought after because of their light. They hold more potent energy than some other beings. There is a strong interest in keeping star seeds netted. This will look like a hybrid of manipulation with spirituality. Things are going to be coming forward, and have been, that are being presented as light. Not all things are sourced from light. Sacred teachings will surface with intentional manipulation of what's embedded within it. Starseeds are drawn to this because there is a familiarity with sacred awareness, but they are not discerning enough to know where things have been manipulated. The manipulation is becoming more intelligent as those are becoming more aware. There is a strong emphasis on the level of discernment being increased from previous. Question everything within your life right now. Every connection, every input that makes up part of your frequency algorithm. The star seeds are being targeted.
Okay, so the star seeds are not being targeted to be taken. They're being targeted to be contained within the third dimension. Is that correct?
Yes.
I got it.
The net exists primarily within the fourth. Those who have experiences between the third and fourth based on their frequency are operating within the net. Question your reality around you. Everything and everyone you interact with, your experiences will change from day to day based on your frequency. You are actually experiencing different timelines within those realities. Timelines where you feel pressure, trapped, cornered, fear, repression, shame, guilt. These are all operating below the fourth dimension. Anything that is expressed within that is energy feeding the grid. As we shift into higher vibrational roles, we shift outside of the fourth. You are no longer within the net. You experience different reality. You do not feel drained. You feel energized. Use every interaction with others as a meter. Listen to your solar plexus first, your gut, then your heart, and then your brain. Your solar plexus is activating in this phase. This is part of your solar sun. This is connected to the three-eye atlas. The solar codes are increasing the solar plexuses. It is your strongest level of intuition. It is helping to guide you now with every single interaction. Every interaction asks, how do you feel? How did it make you feel? Using your inner sword, your sword of light, it is time to start cutting the cords from everything that you do not walk away from feeling light. The level of discernment has increased. We are asking you to put more presence there, more awareness within discernment, more than before. We are in a shorter time frame, as in series of events. This is becoming more critical.
Okay, so could you tell us like what kind of spiritual teachings to look out for? How will they come across to people?
Sacred teachings, sacred objects, all things are surfacing now. Not all of them serve the light. They will all look new. They have either been repressed within the third dimension that we did not have access to them. New things are surfacing now that we are gaining access to. This will drive great curiosity in those who have an interest in these things. Using great discernment of how it feels when connecting with it. Does it represent light? Does it represent heart? Does it represent connection? Or does it just feed our curiosity and intelligence? Both will be presented to us, that from the light and that which is inverted. One is meant as a trap. It is also not just a trap, but it is a lesson, a refinement within our discernment. Not to look at it as fear, but to look at it as something that is helping to refine you and your own process.
Can you share an example of what it might be like a spiritual teaching or a type of spiritual teaching, like an artifact that surfaces that isn't of the light that keeps you trapped? What would happen? Do you look at it and do you I don't understand how you get trapped through it.
It can cause you to spiral into different timelines that are not part of the highest organic timeline. It is caused as another diversion or distraction. The distractions are needing to increase for those who are starseeds that are moving beyond the third dimensional distractions, as those now see things for what they are, whether it is internet news, social media. These are becoming known distractions. The new distractions will be covered in light. They are new things being presented to us that we will find great interest in. An artifact might surface that carries deep quantum consciousness. Not all are sourced from the same light. Different beings have created different artifacts for different purposes. It is based on the intent of the Creator. Do not assume that all sacred teachings or artifacts are created by a creator who has good intent. Some are meant to just confuse, to stall. Your stalling buys them time. And in many cases, your stalling may drop your frequency. This
I
is the
see.
intent.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is the intent.
Okay. Are there any teachings about to come out that you could tell us about?
Teachings on consciousness, teachings on connecting to others, teachings on quantum awareness through energy. Teachings even on star origins. There's intentional manipulation of information. A way to look at it, you might receive something that carries a high percentage of accuracy and a low percentage of misrepresentation or misinformation. This is now on the star seeds to start to discern what is accurate and what is not. The solar plexus is being activated highly right now because of this, to assist in this process.
Okay, so sorry, go ahead.
Tuning more inward when needed. Your own sun center. Imagine placing your consciousness in the center of your solar plexus and connecting a string between your solar plexus and the sun and saying, "Attune to source." This will allow you to vibrationally snap back immediately to your own core tone and separate all of the cords of misinformation. Do this when you are in a phase of not knowing what is accurate and what is not. Continue to navigate from your own stillness. This will offer you the most clarity.
Thank you. I mean, I know we have been warned to beware of false prophets. Is this what you mean, or does that reference something else?
It's very closely linked. There are those who are false prophets with intention. There are also those that become false prophets without the intention of harm, without awareness. Those are trying to help each other right now, are passing information along out of intent of good to assist each other, but all information may not be accurate.
But if we're creating our own reality, then wouldn't information be correct just simply if we believed it? Or I think also you were saying that a negative energy had the intention of using this artifact or teaching to trap star seeds into a negative thought pattern.
Yes, it is
So,
manipulation. Manipulation being presented. Those who choose to believe it, it is true to them. But it is shifting their frequency in a way that they might not realize. This is still operating within free will.
like for instance, I know that there are some corrupt leaders in some types of yoga, but yet the people that practice that yoga, they seem to receive benefits from it, even though the origins were not very benevolent. Could you use these teachings for good, even if they are coming from a corrupt light, or not really?
Yes, Those who are able to sail through a storm of varying frequencies, what they are doing is they are absorbing only the pieces of it that match the true tone to their own source connection. Not all information that is presented to us is absorbed. Some of it is happening consciously, some of it subconsciously. Highly evolved beings do not need to be highly conscious of something that is being presented to them. If their field is intact, their field will do the sorting for them before it is received by them. This is your first level of defense. This allows all to be within dangerous terrain at times without being harmed. You are still shaping your reality, no matter who you are connecting with on Earth or beyond Earth. They are presenting you information that you get to decide what aligns with your reality and what does not. This can allow you to gain and absorb what benefits you and discard what does not match.
Okay, so it's just a warning for people that don't have a good field, like a star seed that is unaware that their field is really open, they're targeted, and so if they receive some of these teachings that are coming from negative means, then they are open and potentially, well, what happens to them? Like, how do they get trapped by looking at a teaching?
It just shifts their frequency. It may temporarily drop them into the third to fourth dimension where their information and their energy is being harnessed. It does not mean they are permanently stuck there. As multidimensional beings, we do have the ability to be across multiple locations at once. Which one we are observing is the reality that we are currently experiencing. They can currently experience a temporary shift in the frequency, experiencing a low vibration. Their energy will be temporarily harnessed because they are below the grid. The overlap.
But if they use their solar plexus and they learn to discern, then if they pick up a teaching that is not beneficial for them, they will not connect with this teaching? Is that what I'm understanding?
They can connect with the teaching, receive the information of it that benefits them, discard the rest. Some may not have all levels of discernment in place to analyze that. Those who are missing that might temporarily dip into a place of fear or confusion, experience a slightly different reality, until they shift back out of it. The way to stabilize these fluctuations that can occur is by programming your field as the first level of defense. Your field can do much of the work before you consciously need to do it. Shielding and clearing your field on a daily basis, especially right now as the time has sped up, more is surfacing at once, making it harder and harder to know what to focus on and what to release.
Okay. Would these teachings that are from a false light be negative in manner? Like, would the person know because they're teaching fear on some level, or would they be nice teachings? Like, how do people know?
They're more commonly nice teachings, especially for starseeds who have grown discernment on what is fear and typical programming. These are presented in light, not out of fear. It is presented as a way to allow you to expand your own consciousness. to move towards new information, new knowledge, new awarenesses. This will attract many star seeds because it is new, and they are ready for something new. But moving too quickly to absorb all information as your own core truth can cause you to move away from your own highest organic timeline. These are distractions that are created to continue to split the timeline, even if it's temporal. Those with the intent to stay aligned with good practices, good energetic hygiene, they will be able to shift back to where they need to be until they learn full discernment of what is and what isn't. This is part of the teaching process. It is not meant to cause fear. It is meant to improve and refine your discernment levels.
Thank you. Okay. So very interesting. Thank you. What about the agenda for a blue like hologram in the sky of religious leaders? Is that still something that may or may not happen? Like to get people to believe that these religious leaders are talking to them? Like, and it would be a subset of the government or a negative faction using these blue holograms. Is this something that is really true that may happen, or is this very false?
It could happen within the third timeline, third dimensional timeline. It does exist. The technologies are already in place. It was created as a way to cause diversion, offer confusion, and to stage what might feel like something we are not familiar with, to create a separation, a division if needed. The original trajectory of this being implemented and leveraged has shifted. It is not currently set up to be in play, but it is not off the table.
Okay, so if we see anything like that, what could we understand about it? What is it really?
It is meant to cause fear, separation, and unawareness of what is real and what is not. It is another layer of an illusion or a dream that has been created that can be deployed if needed. These are backup implementations that have been created in case they were needed. It is deeply tied to government. This is an agreement between both on-planet and off-planet energies. It does have to do with the grid and the loss of the energy through the grid and the agreements that were in place.
So as of right now, you don't see this set up to happen?
Not within the timeline in which we are currently within.
In this current timeline that we're in, what looks like will happen? What are the next potential series of events?
Many timelines will have different futures. Break it into some of the larger ones. The trajectory for the third dimension is still in question. 3i Atlas and the speeding up of time is intentionally separating the particles between the third and the fourth dimension. There is a strong emphasis on raising the frequency into the seventh dimension. This is to separate from the third in case the path becomes too destructive. There is always a band that is needed, a bridge between dimensions, bridging 3 to 5, 4 to 6, 5 to 7. 7 is anchoring a light that allows us to shift from 4th to 6th and stabilize, separating the particles between 3rd and 4th. This is done for safety because 3rd dimension still exists and is becoming more turbulent and starting to impact the 4th dimension heavily. This is very warlike, aggression, repeating cycles that have already been within the past since Lemurian times. Many things will surface again. They may lead to their own destruction once again. 4th dimension are those who have opted into a path of awakening. Many are still shifting within that phase. Many are existing in 4th dimension. Those who are consciously aware are starting to expand into 5th and above in moments, temporary moments of experience. Many are looking to anchor into the 5th. This is raising the frequency, allowing us to experience overlays of Earth that already exist, but we have not had access to before. Many of us believe that we will need to rebuild everything from scratch when everything falls, as things are in a transition of unraveling right now. It is unraveling only from the blueprints, the agreements, the soul contracts, and the expectations that were placed in a previous density. The new density already exists. What we are seeing in our mind's eye when we look forward, it's already built. We are attracting it to us. This is bringing heaven to earth. The as above, so below. Our frequency is aligning us with a reality that already is in play. We are connecting with our own selves within those realities. We are already existing within it. Our conscious awareness of our existence within it allows us to align our frequency with the frequency we are experiencing there. The resonance coupling between those frequencies allow our reality to shift around us. 3i Atlas is allowing us to experience different realities now. This is in preparation. As we come to become more aware that our reality is completely controlled by us, we will feel less resistance and fear to the vibration that we are aligning with. We will not fear that things around us are changing, but we will be ready in knowing that we are aligning with what already is, what we've already been sensing and feeling as true. This is what we call the highest organic timeline, as false timelines are collapsing. The mirror of your soul is moving back into a united front. We are not just creating unity with each other, we are creating unity with self.
Wow, okay. Wow. Okay, so you said that some of these things we don't actually have to create from scratch. They will already be there if in the future.
What we consider our future is already existing now in a multidimensional sense. Wherever you place your observation is the reality in which you are existing. We cannot snap to realities that we have not experienced yet, which is why it can feel slow at times. Once you have experienced it, it is now programmed within your cellular level. You have the ability to revisit it more often with ease. As that continues, you will eventually lock into the new reality. We are seeing glimpses of it to become familiar with what it may be. As we start to experience it through vibration, we will then anchor that frequency by learning the frequency. We are in the path of learning the frequency.
Well, if you can look at these timelines, the ones that are moving to higher timelines, what does it look like? What glimpses are people receiving? And if we receive these, just so we know we're receiving these future glimpses, what do we look for?
New structures, new sense of community, new sense of how we interact, how we contribute towards a community, new ways of learning through immersion, through connection, telepathy, being able to connect with everything around you and everyone, using soul technology in place of externalized technology, reconnecting to nature, being able to read, sense, and feel somatically everything around us, being able to know what your neighbor may need, your soul family may need, what the earth needs, what your garden needs, what the animals will need. You will sense and feel all of it. An interconnection to everything. Through yourself, you will not need to receive data through a screen. You are the hologram that is experiencing this. It is separating that need for looking external for anything. As we continue in our path of where we've come from, looking and searching for information and bringing it in, it is leaving our cup empty. The cup is waiting for it to be filled with our own essence. Our true tone, our source tone. The connection to source tone is what allows us to connect with everything. All information you need already exists as a connection within you. We are not listening to it.
If we're so powerful, why would we ever need protection?
The only protection that you need is your own. This is something that assists in getting us through some of the densities where not all beings are playing by the same aligned agreement. There's a separation in what each group or individual or being and what their purpose is. The protection comes from within. The protection comes from us standing in our own light. We will not need a shield in the future because we are the shield.
Why are we... Go ahead, sorry. Why are we even doing this? Why are we here? What is the point of all of this?
Learning. It is an expansion. It is the breath out from source. The exhale of source allows an expansion. This moves to all different density levels and different realities in order for it to learn, observe, and cause tension. Tension is meant for learning. It is considered the yin-yang. Both are needed. Both exist within source. Currently, we are on the inhale, Source is inhaling, which is why we are on a path of remembering and returning. It is the feminine aspect. It is the moving back, the gentle remembering, the returning to Source, including all of the experiences, awareness, and things that we are bringing back as gifts to Source.
Okay. Wow. Can you tell me more about the Bugosphere? I know before you said a sphere has been delivered to Earth that has codes just in case the third dimension is destroyed. Was this the sphere you were talking about, or was it something else?
This is the sphere. It is the second one that has been delivered. More recently, it is connected with some of the initiatives within the Three Eye Atlas. There's some overlap with the beings that exist there, the consciousness that exists there, and the consciousness that determined that this needed to be delivered. It does carry blueprints, DNA, and all information from a resonance perspective that is needed to restart life. This is not the first time it has happened. This is built for efficiency. The Bugosphere will be opened if needed. Right now it is serving as a consciousness frequency amplifier, much like Three Eye Atlas. It is assisting with a raising of consciousness and awareness. If the third dimension moves to a point that it could destroy itself, as we have many times before to ourselves, those within the higher frequencies will be called in. Some carry codes, a frequency within them that is considered a key. That tone or key will unlock the Bugosphere in order to have the information to assist in restarting life. Much of what is in the Bugosphere is matching recent research awarenesses from the Olmec Society, the Olmec group. They were documenting much of the same information through symbols, carvings, and information that they were storing. As we have come further and further from our own star awareness and how the interworkings of everything is, it becomes more difficult to restart. This offers us direct awareness and knowledge of all of that information again, in case it is needed to restart.
What happened to the Olmecs?
A series of natural disasters. It was not inner tension. It was the shifting of water, tides, and movement of earth. Eventually, they dissipated into less and less of the population of their people. It was not one drastic instance, but a series of instances that caused them to perish. They do exist again today. Many of them returning for this moment, much like Lemuria, Atlantean times, and Egyptian times.
Can you tell me about that? How have they returned? Are they the people we see today? Are they reincarnated, or are they watching?
Both. Some of them stay as seers and observers who are documenting the records of what is happening now in an etheric, non-form sense. Others are actually reincarnated, but not directly. Many today carry fragments of them As light dissipates, it fragments out. Many of those light orbs or pieces may exist within many today. Some are starting to have awarenesses of them. This is how many are starting to have experiences of past lives. The fragments in which they carried are now being activated from the solar codes. This creates an awareness that sometimes we term a download. It's actually an expansion of something that we've been carrying our entire lifetime. We are not receiving it from external, but it is activating from within us as an internal piece of us that we have been carrying.
Did the Olmecs do something wrong, or why did they dissipate?
Early stages of civilization were meant to learn different aspects of this planet. As lessons complete, there is no need to continue on. Many of them become recycled and offered a new pathway for a new experience. They are not gone. They are given many options of what they would like to do next.
Okay. All right. So, okay. I just have 100 different questions. Okay. So for the three-eye atlas, can the three-eye atlas, since it's accelerating things and used to unstick stagnant energy, I guess, can it heal you too? Could you work with it in other ways? Could you receive things from it that would heal, or no?
Yes, you are healing yourself as you are releasing energy. The more that you align with it and allow it to enter your field and into your body, the photons expand, more light releasing what may be stuck. What surfaces then is what is feeling rapid now. As many are feeling that many past shadows or aspects of their life that they felt they were long past are surfacing again. This is the stagnation coming to surface. If we observe it, learn it, and release it, it will not return. It is helping us in the clearing phase. It is preparing us for the next frequency that we are fully embodying. We are learning from it, and that is part of the healing. What is learned does not need to return for healing. That is the healing.
That's beautiful. Okay. But what if a person is connecting with the three-eye atlas and they aren't really aware that they're kind of in fear? Are they pretty much just dooming themselves? I mean, like,
yeah, that can happen. That does happen. It is a mirror effect. If you are looking into the mirror with a cloudy sense, you are only receiving clouds back. This can cause you to spiral out. If you are tuning in with clarity, you will receive clarity back. This will help you find your way out. Both are possible. Both are happening for people right now. They are experiencing different things, and as they are tuned in, their consciousness is part of the collective consciousness of Three-Eye Atlas. They are driving their own reality. They are contributing towards what it is that they are experiencing.
okay, so say a person is connecting with Three-Eye Atlas, and then they have a thought that's very fearful, and they are aligning with fear and a negative connection. Could they then get themselves out of it and connect with a benevolent feeling? Or
it may cause them to experience a temporary drop in their frequency from the fear, which will alter their reality. But just as quickly as that occurred, they can move themselves out of it. The level of awareness and discernment will help with the shift and the speed of the shift. Selecting what it is that we want to opt into and especially becoming more aware of our current base frequency before we connect, will make a big difference. The recommendation would be to ground first, putting the bare feet on the ground outside, or a salt bath, connecting with the water, releasing what it is that is within you. Meditation, quietness, and stillness, spending time to refine your field, clear your field before you can consciously connect. This will create a very different experience in what your connection is.
Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you. That's very helpful. But if you do it wrong, you can quickly connect and do it right, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay. So interesting. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. I just have 1,000 questions. Is there any advice you want to give humanity right now?
Realize that your own inner compass is what is driving everything in your reality. Trust it more. Take in less. Speak less. Listen more. Not listening to those externally speaking. Listen to your own inner voice. The voice that you used to listen to that may have been your higher self in the past, it has changed. Your higher self has a different voice in the new frequency. Make sure that you are tuning into the new tone. Make sure you are not listening to the old version that has become part of your own programming. You may be hearing echoes of yourself within a past timeline. Be more discerning and listen. Listen from your gut. Your solar plexus is driving you right now, more than it has before in this lifetime. This is your connection to the sun. The sun is our closest source of pure light. Connecting and consciously aligning ourselves with the sun invites in the pure light into our own field and our own body. Ask for your higher self to speak to you when you feel you are there. You might hear a new voice. The new voice is the one that you want to start tuning into. Just realize that it is not the same. We are shifting, not just as ourselves, but even our higher selves are changing with us. We are both part of the Oversoul stream. The Oversoul is what holds all lifetimes. Higher self is aligned with what each lifetime needs. Your higher self was also a fragment of the higher source of yourself, just as you are. It is moving with you as you move, so it is also evolving.
Wow, thank you for that. It's very fascinating. Okay. Can I ask a few other questions before getting into personal questions? How is Sean doing?
She is trying to connect deeper and more directly with her Oversoul.
Oh, great. Okay. Can you take in a deep breath? And as you exhale, just release any resistance to her connecting with her Oversoul and allow her to sink deeper into that connection, breathing herself deeper into this connection, connecting very deeply with her Oversoul. And I speak with Sean's Oversoul, please.
Yes, I am here.
Do you have any messages you wish to share?
It is time, not just for Sean, but for everyone, to step forward in their bigger light, their broader awareness. We have been wearing masks for a very long time. So it's part of the original programming and intent. But now there is a calling back to source, and that is everyone's true source. Allowing us to speak more freely without filters, without the need to obscure our own light. This is something that we are moving towards, that we need everyone to move towards. Seeing yourself for exactly what you are, much broader than what you thought you once were. As you come to accept this, your inner confidence will come out. The confidence comes from the solar plexus. This is an area that is large focus right now because it is what guards your sovereign being. It is your sovereignty. The sovereignty of all need to step forward, which is embodying their full light of yourself. This is making many highly uncomfortable. They have been pre-programmed within what is allowed to be said or not said, how you can share your light, where you can share your light. All of this needs to be removed. When the filters are removed, the conversations will flow much easier for everyone. This is what will birth the new movement of the new earth, contributing towards concepts and ideas of what you want to shape that reality to be. Right now, the higher self and the individuals at the level of the ego are still observing everything as it's collapsing, sometimes falling into fear, sometimes being distracted by what is all occurring. Shifting the focus away from this and using that inner light to start moving it forward into what we are needing to build is what is needed. The confidence to step forward that we are our own sovereign beings. We do not need to report into others. We do not need to be tethered or connected to others. We stand on our own. We work together as a united front. This will assist in the motion that is needed for Earth. In the next stage, embodying your full 7-dimensional body will be embodying your full light. This allows you to transition between the material matter in which you feel you exist into light, offering many new possibilities for what your existence will look like. The further you move towards light in the 7D, the faster you will realize that manifestation can occur instantly. Manifestation is based on the speed at which the density exists. The density is restricting it right now because of the lack of embodiment of the light. The existence of the 7D that many are seeing and wondering how they will achieve it, how they will get there, does already exist. It is calling you in. It is asking you to move towards it. And the only way that you will do that is by separating the densities that have held you and the programming that have held you within containment or containers before. The containers are all removed. The containers only exist within the mindset right now. When the mind is ready to release those containers, you will move forward with ease. You will have great confidence in where you are going because you will see the blueprints. They are remembered. They are already within you. You have never been without all of the tools that were needed. There is nothing more that needs to be obtained or gained. It already exists within you. The more you tune into the inner light, the more that information will expand. The inner light and placing the spotlight within it is what expands at a cellular level to allow that information to rise. It is an already knowing. It is information that is already there, ready to assist.
Many people that remember, like the Greys, their civilization, and they talk about the future sometimes, see two suns. What is that all about? What are the two suns? Is this something we are going to have, or is this just the past glimpse that people have been seeing?
Two suns have existed in many lifetimes, in many existences. So there is both a reality in which two suns did exist simultaneously, similar to what the Syrians experienced with Sirius. However, more recently, people are starting to get a glimpse of it because it is a sun of the new consciousness. It is the consciousness that is rising. There will be an overlap where some may see two at once, but eventually it will transition into the new sun. This is new solar consciousness. This is our new consciousness connecting with ourselves. It may appear as two, but eventually it will transition back to one for us.
So then are people just seeing this new reality and that's why they see two? Like they see another sun, it's just the higher frequency, you mean?
Yes.
Wow.
This is the transition point. As we are in the transition, more will begin to see the two suns until we are aligned fully with the new frequency. Once we are aligned with the new frequency, the one sun will exist, but it will be at a much larger photonic level. It will be much brighter than what we are experiencing from our sun. There are times where you may look up in the sky and see the sun become brighter than more days that you see it. As you see the brightness, the extreme brightness, that is actually a glimpse of that new sun. The sun is also birthing, as we are birthing right now. It is going through its transitions and its phases. You are seeing the sun in its own multidimensional sense. It also exists across many realities. We are shifting as a collective into a new vibration, which will appear as though it is a new sun, but we are actually seeing the same sun in a multidimensional sense at a higher frequency.
Many people are talking about like this huge light event. Is this something we need to worry about? What about travel, like plane travel in the near future? I mean, will there be like a 3 days of darkness?
Some people can generate the illusion of the 3 days of darkness if that is what they wish, but that is not true. What you are actually speaking of is everyone's light in this transition. It will not come as a flash of light, an instant moment. It is already occurring now. As each being within this consciousness shift is moving into their own frequency, they are coming back online. You are seeing their light. It is a network of light that is occurring right now. Individual fields of light are expanding. These will look like multiple dots of increasing light from a distance. In the next phase, those dots of light, each being who has moved their frequency, will then connect, creating a new grid of light. The new grid of light is what people see as this flash of light. It is not a single instance in which it is happening. It is already occurring, and it will continue to occur as we move through these phases.
What about the Sphinx? Because when you go to Egypt, it sure looks like the Sphinx is a calendar in a sense. I mean, I know there's so much information about the Sphinx in people's memories and subconscious, but the Sphinx looks at the east. And I've heard there's a second Sphinx that's been buried that I've learned looks at possibly the west, but I just, is that could be the female. Would then that be the end of an experiment? Or what could you say about the Sphinx and the pyramids and how this connects with this shift?
The pyramids will play a very large role in the future, reactivating energy and free energy, and the source of energy for Earth. The Sphinxes did exist in both the East and the West, showing that there was a focus on not only the rise, but also the set. This honored both the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine. The feminine has been silenced. That is why the West Gate no longer exists. The West Gate is being rebuilt through light right now. That is through people and their memories of it are starting to surface. This is creating it as though it physically exists, as it physically comes back, or as it exists not in the physical, but comes back into awarenesses. This is operating and helping to create the balance of the divine feminine as it is resurfacing.
Wow, okay, so that's exactly what I've been getting in my sessions, which is really confirming. Okay, thank you. Could you tell me about how the pyramids will play a role? When could we expect that, and what will we notice?
A lot of it is alignment based. Pyramids were aligned with key stars and energies that were needed to transport information, data, and energy to Earth in its grid to power everything. As the Earth shifted into a lower density, we did not have access to those cosmic energies that were flowing to it once before. This caused a disabling or for the pyramids to go dormant. We are back approaching that frequency in this transition where we are now receiving cosmic energies flowing through once again. Partially because the Earth is shifting, partially because the Sun is in its 11th cycle. This is causing holes within the electromagnetic field of Earth, allowing for the cosmic energies to flow through that have not for a while. This is reawakening both the people that are on Earth as well as Earth. This is allowing a remembering of what used to exist, what used to be connected. That is going to reconnect once again. The reconnection is going to allow us to resurface many tools, technologies that have been long put away. The torsion fields will exist and be operational below Giza once again. Pieces of the crystalline grid of Earth have been reconnected and are able to flow information, data, and frequencies from this source location. Other nodal points will be brought back online. Many of these look like pyramids. Not all are pyramids. Some are just ancient locations. Each one plays a different role. Some are meant for housing data. Some are meant for portals. Some are meant for pushing energy from one location to the next to be able to use it freely as needed. There will be a series of events that occur that allow people to start to get access to these energies again. Small independent groups and star seeds will be the first ones to start prototyping and experimenting with this new source of energy. It will take several years for it to go mainstream. 2032 is when it will be accepted on a mass level. Between 2028 to 2030, many concepts will start to be normalized, surfacing how it works and examples of it working. This will start to activate different zones on Earth that will become large points of interest. Energies will rise, vortexes, portals, other pieces of data that have been long stored within Earth's crystalline grid will now be released. It will surface, allowing for those who carry a resonance coupling to it from their own cellular information. It will become activated again, reconnected. They will be able to communicate with it from a distance.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so interesting. Well, why is the 3-Eye Atlas called 3-Eye Atlas? Does it have anything to do with Atlantis and Atlan, or is this a code for something, or is it connected, or is it just not connected?
In a broader sense, it is not connected. There is a sense that is connected and has familiarity to the term Atlantis because of our memories. Those who chose to name it do carry some of the dormant codes from Atlantean times. That's why there will be many similarities in how things are named. Many space-related programs, stars, and other aspects of things that we have named in the sky have been based on memories that we hold deeply. there is usually an overlap without known or conscious intention. The familiarity exists because of those who named it, but it does not directly connect with anything.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, what about natural destructions on Earth? People wonder if they should, get like a storing of food or water. Is this something that would be beneficial for people, or does that cause more fear, or is there anything like that that's going to happen in the higher timelines?
It will not exist in the higher timelines. It can exist and can be manifested in the lower timelines. If those within the higher timelines feed into the fear, they will then drop and experience the lower timelines where it can be manifested. This is something that is only created out of fear. The realization that we are manifesting our own realities much quicker than we ever have before is what will assist us in avoiding attracting things that we do not want to attract. Right now, we are in the mirror law right now, the law of mirrored harmonics. As we are moving through the mirror of these harmonics, we do not realize that we are attracting everything that we are experiencing. If you were to prepare for an outage to happen, an outage will come.
I get it. Okay, so I live in the Florida Keys. If I focus on no hurricanes, like I don't say no hurricanes, but if I focus on clear water, clear everything, it will not come in my reality?
Correct. Your reality will shift based on what it is that you are seeing and holding as true in your mind. There will be times that others within the collective can influence the environment around you. This will be addressed in the near future through large group meditations and prayers and intentions. As we realize that we are the sovereign beings that we are, we will realize that we can even adjust or control or avoid certain things that we do not want coming. We will see them collectively and know what is coming, as we have with each one of our destructions before. But we are in a new light. We are in a more awareness. We have learned. This is where we come together and do something with it. We will sit in large groups that will be global, remote sessions that are held to offer prayers, intention, and adjustments to what is happening around us. The archangels are currently filling this role in many cases. We are stepping into our own archangel awareness, learning from them how to do this ourselves.
Can you tell me more about that? What do we need to understand to step into our archangel awareness and do this ourselves?
Realizing our own sovereignty, our ability to shift what is happening around us, that we are not powerless. We have the ability to step in and with a sword of light or the shield of light, adjust what is needed. We carry both, the feminine and the masculine, the ability to absorb, be intuitive, grow and expand, as well as protect and shift what is needed. As we step into that bigger confidence and awareness, we will realize our fuller power. Our power is what shapes this reality. Our lack of power also shapes this reality. This is what we are experiencing now. We see people that feel powerless. What they do is they step outside with signs and ask for the leaders to pay attention. This is going to shift as the disillusion of leadership is in its form of collapse right now. As they retract and realize that they are the source of power, they will realize that they are not asking for an external source to fix anything, but we are the fix. This is something that the archangels are assisting us with. They are filling in for moments that we do not have our own power. We may call on them to assist us with great acts of power when we are in a moment of extreme need. They respond to us. They are us. We are made up of the same geometry as them. As we embrace our fuller light, the geometry shifts to match the same powers that they have. We will have the ability to create our own shifts around us based on what we are experiencing. We will be able to protect ourselves.
Hey, wow. Okay. Gosh. Wow. All right. So, like, why are we in this? Why is this happening now? I mean, I think that this has been predicted for so many, thousands of years, I believe. But why now? Why do the people that are incarnated right now find themselves here?
It is the Yuga cycle. The cycle is coming to a completion. All cycles move in a large circle, a circle within a circle within a circle, which is why we consider it a spiral. It is the expansion. We are moving into a new spiral. We do not need to repeat the previous spiral. So this is part of transition and moving into something new, the new breath, the new wave.
If a person is incarnated in a body right now, why are they here for this?
Many reasons. Each one carries a different reason or series of reasons based on their soul contracts. Some are meant to learn experiences that they can only learn from a physical reality. This assisted many of us who were previously formless in a way that we could not experience or learn because we could not experience it. The experience is required in order to gain the learning and the understanding. This allows us to step into our fuller power, our bigger awareness of what we are capable of.
See, okay, great. Wow, thank you so very much. Do you have any final messages?
There are phases ahead that will still potentially drive an experience of fear. You all currently do still have access to seeing different bandwidths of reality through things that we access: internet, television, radio. Just as a radio has different channels, they're all playing at once, many radio stations. The one you tune into is the one that you hear and connect with that streams through. Being aware that that is in existence today, that we need to tune into the reality that we want to align ourselves with. We need to connect with that and try to hold that frequency in order to align and anchor ourselves within the frequency and the reality that we want to become a part of. Many are playing right now. Many you have access to. It does not mean that you are part of that reality. Do not confuse yourselves with where you actually are. Just because you turn on the television and see something different that might create fear, that does not necessarily mean that is part of your reality or your existence or your timeline. Until the timelines shift further and we move further away from these overlaps of the density bands, you will still see these things. Eventually they will fade based on what we choose to observe. As we start to observe what is building, what is being created, what is starting to rise from the rubble, this will offer more energy towards what we are creating and remove the placement of observation on the energy we no longer want to observe. This will cause it to fade faster. Right now we are holding on to it because it is something familiar even when it's deeply uncomfortable to watch. We still keep tuning in. Our energy, our observation of this energy, is still contributing to its reality and its existence right now. Be mindful that you do have more control over what it is that you want to be experiencing and which timeline you are in. Start to look at your energy as currency. What do you want to spend it on? What do you want to create with it? Move in that path of where you want to be. You will see it fade very quickly. 2027 is still marking the turning point. where observation will be placed more on the positives of what is increasing and growing in the path forward. The shift will happen then where we will no longer have an interest in observing the old timeline. This will allow it to fade, but realize that it is already here. This reality of the new world versus the old world already exists. Your ability to shift and focus your mind on which reality is going to allow you to experience one versus the other sooner. 2027 will assist in anchoring the transition of it, but you can experience it now.